Okay, so welcome back once again, guys. Now, in this lecture, I'll be talking about binomial distribution. So, in the last lecture, I was talking about a Bernoulli's distribution, and basically, it was expecting only two things: success and failure. And again, somewhat binomial distribution is going to expect the exact same thing, but it is going to be a little bit different. So, let's try to talk about a binomial distribution. Binomial distribution. Yeah. So first of all, what is a binomial distribution? So binomial distribution is also a part of discrete probability distribution, and it is also going to model down a success with a fixed number of a independent experiment that you are going to perform. Success of an independent experiment or independent like a trial, you can say, where each experiment will be having either a success or either a failure, and sounds like a Bernoulli's distribution, but it's not the exact same. So we'll talk about that. Yeah, we'll talk about that. It's a little bit different. So first of all, you have to understand the condition. So condition for binomial. Yeah, condition for binomial. So what are the conditions? The very first condition is that fixed number of a trial. Fixed number of trial. What is the second condition? Second condition is that each trial has only and only two outcomes. Two outcome, success or maybe a failure. The condition number 3 says that probability of success is always going to be constant. Probability of success should be constant always. And fourth condition says that trial should be independent. Okay, so these are the four conditions which is given to me, and if I'll talk about a formula, so it says that x is equals to k, and then n k p to the power k into 1 minus p to the power n minus k. Yeah, so this is basically a formula. Now, many of us must be struggling to understand this entire formula. So we'll try to understand this. We'll try to give you the explanation, obviously, over here. So here, when I say probability x is equals to k. Now, what is a meaning of this? So this says that probability of exactly k success, k number of success in n number of trial. So here, if someone is going to ask me that if I'm trying to flip a coin 5 times, what is the probability that I will be able to get 3 times head, right? So 5 times I have flipped, so where n is equals to 5, and 3 times out of that I'm looking for a head, means a success with the head. This is something which I'm looking for. So that is a representation of a k over here. So probability of exactly k success in n trials. Yeah, so this is what it is trying to represent. Now n of k, so what is the meaning of this one? So or n choose k, so this is nothing but n factorial divided by k factorial n minus k factorial. So this is what it means, this particular term. And then p is nothing but probability of success for a particular event for which we are going to calculate. 1 minus p is nothing but a probability of failure, and k is nothing but a number of success. N is nothing but a number of trial. Yeah, number of trial. So now let's try to understand the same thing with the help of some of the example, which is going to give you a fair opportunity to understand this entire binomial distribution, by the way. So here, let's suppose I have one example, right? I have one example. So a coin is flipped 5 times. So coin is flipped technically 5 times. Yeah, 5 times. Now, what is a probability? What is a probability of getting exactly 2 heads? Yeah, what is the probability of getting 2 heads? So what is my n, number of trial is equals to 5. What is my k, a success which I'm expecting, is equals to 2. What is our probability of basically getting a head, by the way? So 0.5 basically, right? 0.5. Now, if we have all of these things and if we are able to check that it is going to fulfill all of these rules or not, all of these condition or not. So fixed number of trial, yeah. So we have 5 fixed number of trial. Each trial only had 2 outcomes, success or failure. So yes, every outcome is going to give me either a head or a tail, nothing more than that. Probability, third condition says that probability of success should be constant all the time. So yes, whenever I'm going to get a head, it's 0.5. Whenever I'm going to get tail, 0.5. And trials should be independent. So every time I'm trying to flip the coin, and obviously the first trial is not dependent on the second one or vice versa, right? So obviously we have an independent trial. So obviously it is going to follow under or fall under this 4 conditions, and it is able to fulfill all these 4 conditions. And we have n, k and p over here. So we can try to do a math for x is equals to 2. X is equal to k is equal to 2. So k is, by the way, 2 for success, right? So here 5 of 2 or 5 choose 2 and into probability 0.5 to the power 2, which is nothing but a k, and probability 0.5, 1 minus p, by the way. So 1 minus 0.5 is equal to 0.5, and then n is basically 5, and then k is equals to 2. So technically it is going to be 3. Now if you are going to do a math, so if you are going to find out 5 factorial 2, so factorial of 5 divided by, so you can try to apply this formula. So factorial of 5 divided by factorial of 2 into factorial of 5 minus 2. So this is going to give you, like 10, and this is going to give you 0.25, and this is going to give you 0.125. Now if you are going to do a math over here, so you will be able to get 3125. So now I'm able to get the answer. So whenever I'm trying to flip a coin for the first time, a probability of getting exactly 2 times head out of my 5 flip is equals to 31.25%, or 0.3125 is a probability. As simple as that, and with the help of binomial distribution, I am able to calculate it. So wherever you have a number of trials which has been given, so you can try to test this binomial distribution at any point of a time. Yeah. Now let's try to solve a different problem over here. So here, let's take example number 2. And example number 2 says that in a factory, the probability that a bulb is defective is, probability that a bulb is defective is 0.1. Yeah, 0.1 out of 10 bulbs. So independently I'm going to check 10 bulbs, and there is a probability of 0.1% that out of 10 bulbs, this probability, so it is going to be a defective one. So what is the probability that exactly 3 are defective? What is a probability that exactly 3 are defective? Yeah. So n is equals to 10, which is given to me, and here, so k is equals to basically 3, which is also given to me, by the way. And then probability of success. So here we have to find out for a defective, right? So defective is, if I'm able to find out the defective, so that is a success for me, by the way. So here that probability is going to be 0.1, which is also given directly inside my question. So I can try to put up over here. So x is equals to basically 3. So technically x is equal to k is equal to 3. 10 choose 3 I can try to write, and then 0.1 to the power I can write k over here. 1 minus 0.1 to the power 10 minus 3. So n minus k I can try to write. And if I'm going to do a math, so it is going to be 120 into, it is going to be 0.001 into, it is going to be 0.478. So if I'm going to do a math once again, so this is going to be 0.0574. So here, if I'm trying to pick and choose 10 bulbs, so what is the probability that exactly 3 are going to be defective? So this is the probability. 0.05 is the probability that 3 bulbs are going to be defective out of the 10 bulb I'm going to choose. So, and again, with the help of binomial distribution, I am able to solve it. So hope all of you are able to understand this one. And with that, thank you so much, everyone. Take care and see you again.